to be like other kids and feel among. From that day henceforth, Ihoma turned into a chronic liar. She found refuge in lies to protect herself from the sting of other people's words. Ihoma began to live a life of deceit. She claimed to come from a wealthy family. She would borrow clothes from her close neighbor just to make people another. Once upon a time, in a small village named Ugu, there lived a man named Ugonna who had a daughter named Ihoma and a sick father who lives with them. Ugonna was a poor trader who sells fish in the village market. The sales he makes from his business barely fits him and his family. Ihoma was born into the family where poverty was their closest neighbor. She hardly eats what she wants or dresses neatly like the other kids, and this made her sad. Ihoma's days were filled with struggles and hardship. However, as Ihoma grew older, the cruelty of other children began to weigh heavily on her young shoulders. She was bullied and criticized for her poverty. One day, Ihoma returned home crying. Her father Ugonna asked her what the problem was. She was so pained to speak. Ihoma then said to her father, "Papa, why are we so poor?" Ugonna, her father, was shocked to hear such questions from his daughter. "Papa, the other kids always bully me and call me poor. I am tired of having to live in a shabby hut like this. We hardly feed well." Ugonna, who was ashamed of himself, then said to his daughter, "Ihoma, it's not my fault we are poor. At least I try my best every day to ensure we feed. You know most of my money goes to your grandfather's treatment, who is very sick and needs care. Just bear with me. Very soon, I believe that everything will be fine." Ihoma reluctantly nodded her head and left her father. She went into her room and sat on her bed. "I can't keep living like this," she said to herself. "I want to be like other kids and feel among." From that day henceforth, Ihoma turned into a chronic liar. She found refuge in lies to protect herself from the sting of other people's words. Ihoma began to live a life of deceit. She claimed to come from a wealthy family. She would borrow clothes from her close neighbor just to make people and other girls think her father is wealthy. Ihoma found herself being drawn to the village rich girls, longing to belong to their world of privilege and abundance. Desperate to fit in, she portrayed herself as a girl of means and stature. She approached the group of friends one day and making her intentions known to them to be their friend. They accepted Ihoma because of the way she portrayed herself to look rich. She was wearing beautiful and expensive wrappers she borrowed from her neighbor. The girls she became friends with were known in the village as arrogant girls who only display riches and disrespect other people who are poor. One day, Ihoma's father, who was very weak and tired, begged Ihoma to go to his shop in the market and sell his fish. But Ihoma, who was living a fake life, was scared to go because her friends might see her at the market selling fish. She was so confused on what to do and finally decided to lie to her father that she was having a runny stomach and can't go. Her father allowed her to remain at home, thinking she was sick, not knowing that she was lying and not want to go to the market. And that was how Ihoma escaped going to the market that day. One day, Ihoma's friends decided to follow Ihoma back to her house, but she kept on giving excuses. One of them then said to her, "Ihoma, come to think of it, we've never been to your house before or see any member of your family. But you've been to our houses. Why don't you take us to your big mansion? Let's see how beautiful your house is." Ihoma then replied and said to her, "It It's not like I am trying to hide my house or anything. It's just that my father doesn't like visitors and has warned me never to bring anyone home. But don't worry, one day I will try and convince him to allow me bring someone home. No problem if you say so. That reminds me, Ihoma. My brother's friend saw you at our house the other day and has developed interest in you. Ihoma, with a smile on her face, then said to her friend, "Are you serious? You mean Obina, the tall, handsome one, right? The one his father owns one of the biggest fabric store in our village." Ihoma was very excited. She thought to herself that finally she's getting married to a wealthy person and escaping poverty. But she was worried that if he finds out that her life is fake, he might not want to marry her anymore. So she decided to tell him on the day he would come to her house for the marriage introduction, if everything works well between them. Ihoma finally spoke with Obinna, who then made his intentions known to her to marry her. He told her that he would be coming next week with his people to see her father. Ihoma was excited and at the same time scared. She told her father Ugonna that some people would be coming to ask for her hand in marriage. The next day, Obinna and his people came to Ihoma's house. He was shocked at first when Ihoma told him that the hut was her father's house. He then turned to Ihoma and said to her, "Ihoma, but all this while, you've told us that your father is very wealthy and you come from a rich home. Why did you lie to me? Or were you thinking, if you told me the truth, that my love for you would vanish? Well, I am sorry. I can't marry a liar. All your life is full of lies." Ugonna, Ihoma's father, who was in the room, was confused on what was going on. He then realized that his daughter was living a fake life. He then said to her, "Ihoma, my daughter, are you ashamed of me? Do you know how I struggle just to make sure you're comfortable? But this is how you choose to treat me. I am so disappointed in you. Right from the day your mother gave birth to you and died, I have been the one taking care of you, but all you could do is live a fake life and lie about your identity." Ihoma knelt down and was pleading to her father to forgive her, that she only did it because of the bully she received from people for being poor and living in a shabby hut. And that was how Ihoma's fake life was exposed in the village, and Obinna called off their marriage. The lesson of this story is that living a life full of lies never come out well, but only makes things worse. Do not try to please people for any reason. Accept who you are and be happy. Thanks for watching. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe. Thanks for stopping by. Bye.